Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell the truth about silver. Today is Friday the 24th of December 2021 and we're producing our regular morning update providing prices, news and economic data. Yesterday, we saw a considerable amount of economic data being published by the United States, which has strengthened silver to the point that it's currently standing at $23 an ounce. So let's take a look. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Friday, the 24th of December 2021 at 10:30 in the morning. The weather today is drizzly. Yes, we have quite reasonable droplets of rain, which are rather cold, not developing into sleet as yet and possibly won't, but it's certainly drizzly out there, which is why we're happy to be at home this Christmas Eve, in front of the fire, watching the day go by. Not everyone is in that fortunate position. For example, those planning on flying out for Christmas will have found in the UK that their flights have been cancelled. Yes, Christmas Eve flights cancelled. Johnson urges care. United Airline Holdings and Delta Airlines are cancelling around 200 Friday flights the day before Christmas because of personnel shortages linked to a spike in Omicron cases. Boris Johnson urged Britons to take care of Christmas as he considers whether to tighten pandemic regulations next week amid a record surge in cases fueled by the fast-spreading Omicron variant. Not a happy picture or a happy Christmas picture for those people planning on going away, or in some cases going home for Christmas. Reuters repeats this. United Airlines and Delta Airlines on Thursday said they had each cancelled dozens of Christmas Eve flights as the spreading COVID-19 Omicron variant takes a toll on its flight crews and other workers. What else have we got? How long will Europe's gas crisis last? Traders have an answer. For a glimpse of how much longer this year's energy crunch is going to last, look no further than the European natural gas market. Forward prices have more than doubled over the past month, with traders betting the unprecedented squeeze will last into early 2023. Now that's not good news. Gas will be expensive even when the weather is hot. Prices for the summer exceeded €100 or $113 a megawatt hour this week, the highest on record. Europe is facing an energy crisis, with Russia curbing supplies and nuclear outages in France straining power grids in the coldest months of the year. And there's no relief in sight. However, the stock markets, the cryptocurrency markets, and the gold and silver markets have all risen today. Quite so in Asia, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. Asian stocks mixed after US rally to record high. Asian stocks were mixed Friday after failing to harness a tailwind from the US, where the S&P 500 hit an all-time high, amid optimism that economic growth will weather the Omicron coronavirus outbreak. Shares fell in Japan and China, while casino firms rallied in Hong Kong on favourable results from Macau license renewal hearings. Volumes have thinned and many markets are closed or truncated on Christmas Eve. Sentiment in the United States was helped by economic data that painted a picture of solid growth, and a UK study suggesting Omicron infections are less likely to lead to hospitalisation. But the research cautioned the fast-spreading variant may still produce a significant number of serious cases. Well, we'll take a look at that economic growth in just a few seconds. BBC News: Selfridges sold for $4 billion to Thai-Austrian alliance. Selfridges, one of the most prestigious of British stores. According to the BBC, not much has changed on the American front because most of these headlines are what we saw yesterday. Dollar index, down actually, but still holding above 96, but only just. Energy prices, slightly mixed. WTI crude up $1, Brent crude down just over half a dollar. Both now again firmly ensconced in that $70 level. Equity markets, as mentioned, in the US, all-time highs for the S&P, but closing up 0.6%. Dow Jones up 0.5% and the Nasdaq up 0.8%. Asia Pacific mixed. Nikkei and Topix indices are down, but the Hang Seng is up. And we can see that the Euro Stoxx index is down just 0.03%, whereas the FTSE is up 0.3%. Let's look at this economic news. All week we have said yesterday's news would be the most dramatic, if dramatic is the right term, in terms of affecting gold and silver prices. And we'll see in a moment that they have done so. Initial jobless claims came in at 205,000. Actually a little bit better than expectations and equivalent to the previous week. The continuing jobless claims were actually lower at 1.86 million. Now, nominal personal income was as expected for November, but lower than October. Nominal consumer spending as expected at 0.6, lower than October, but as anticipated. Core inflation monthly, though, slightly higher than anticipation, and slightly higher than those who anticipated a 0.4% rise. It came in at 0.5%, and core inflation year over year is higher at 4.7%. That's the bad news, really. Real disposable income down, but only down 0.2%. Real consumer spending unchanged. PCE inflation year over year higher, 5.7%. We're getting this picture. Inflation is not under control yet. Durable goods orders better than expected. New home sales slightly less than expected, but higher than in October. And the consumer sentiment index higher at 70.6 compared with 70.4. And that marries up, they don't always, with the consumer confidence index, which was also high earlier in the week. So what effect has all this had on gold and silver? Well, it's pushed their prices up. And we can see now that gold is holding above the $1,800 level and will probably do so by the end of the day. And it stands at $1,809. Silver's been a bigger beneficiary, and it's at this moment $23, but I'm going to refresh the page and see what happens. Yes, $23, up 15 cents. It's hit that critical mark. Why? Because people are saying perhaps Omicron won't be quite as bad as expected. Therefore, production might continue, and therefore the industrial demand might be beneficial. However, it's still a relatively thin market because we're literally the day before Christmas. And of course, we have to bear in mind over Christmas we might see, or I should say immediately after Christmas when markets reopen between now and the new year, we might see some fluctuations. It'll only be once we're fully back well into January where we'll see the prices then start to move in the direction that they may very well continue for the following few months. Cryptocurrency market's actually doing very well, up almost 6%. Market cap now 2.39 trillion, and Bitcoin is well ensconced in the $51,000 area. Now that's it for now. Just a quick shout out, we did produce our 2021 year-end gold and silver price prediction. We put a link below, do listen to that if you have time. Tomorrow we will produce our weekly update to basically state what has happened over the week. And of course, we'll highlight, it's going to be difficult to predict what's going to happen the following week because there will only be a couple of days of trading. And as we've said, in a very thin market, almost anything can happen in either direction. But we will highlight that. But we would like to thank all of our supporters and followers and critics. A real very Merry Christmas. We'll repeat this again tomorrow, but in case you don't listen to our video tomorrow, do have a really enjoyable festive time in a very turbulent environment, which we're all, right across the world, currently experiencing. Please do subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so, so you can, by pressing the bell sign, be notified of new videos as and when we produce them. Give us a thumbs up. If you don't like what we say, give us a thumbs down. But certainly react. Every comment is read, although we don't not always answer them. Rest assured, we do read them all. Have a great Christmas break. Happy holidays for those who don't necessarily celebrate Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow. Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.